What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is fantasy football. For all the guys out there who participate in fantasy football, I for one am glad that the season is back. Nice little distraction. All that being said, I'm gonna show y'all some of my teams and how I drafted, and also some waiver wire picks that I think you should be paying close attention to. Without further ado, let's go in. Now, as you can see, all of these teams here are my teams. Okay, I'm going in. Horace on one, BMR, of course. So let's check the BMR, and I got G. Okay, let's check the BMR because that's what this is all about. All right, this is my BMR team, y'all. Okay, first let me show you how I drafted. Okay, how I drafted was like this. I got Patrick Mahomes, Ridley, Christian Kirk, who didn't do anything for me, Barkley, Bryce Hall. I picked up Lockley because Andrews was hurt, and Mike Evans, Komet, Jamal Williams. Okay, this is my team, and I had Tua, and he did real nice for me. He got me 62 points. All right, now I only picked up lightly because Andrews was hurt, and as you can see, I got Andrews, but he's on the bench, so I had to pick up lightly to try and make up the difference. Now, let me show you the guy I'm going up against and show you one of my, well, week one matchups. Okay. And my week one matchup is with this guy. Um, it looks like I'm coming ahead here by 166, and he has that, and it looks like I already surpassed what he is predicted to get. So this may be a week one victory for me, but largely thanks to Tua, because a lot of a lot of other players, Christian Kirk didn't do nothing for me. Likely didn't do nothing for me. Duvernay, I'm not even sure why I got him in there. Now let me talk about some guys who you should probably be looking at. Okay, on the waiver wire are some pretty good picks to look at. Right now, what I discovered is that, you know, there were some injuries. There were some injuries with Dobbins of the Ravens. There were some injuries with him. So that means the other two guys are going to step up and be, on the waiver wires. So what I did is I added in some waiver wires. Okay, I put in for Justin Hill. Okay, Justice Hill. Justice Hill is on the Ravens, and he had 2 touchdowns. Okay, that tells me that the Ravens trust Justin Hill with the ball near the end zone. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and put in a waiver wire for Justin Hill. Now, I tried to find uh, Gus, but Gus I don't think was available. So I had to put in for just, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Kareem Hunt because I had Kareem Hunt thinking that he was going to be um, someone who you know, was going to be ready for week one, but that turned out not to be the case. Now, if you're questioning my skills, okay, let's look at this. Okay, I'm a level diamond. Okay, my rating is 994. Okay, I'm a diamond 4 times. Okay, a pretty good winner percentage. I do my thing. My draft grade, as you can see, is A plus. Okay, from my view the report card. Let's take a look at the report card here real quick, just so y'all can kind of get. This is moving kind of slow. I think probably because I'm recording here, but let's check out my report card here. And my report card says A plus. Okay, so if you have any doubts on my skills are nice. Okay, like I said, I am a diamond. And as you can see, I drafted the best out of anybody in my league, and you can tell it's me because it says BMR. Okay, so I'm nice with this. All right. Um, all that being said, let's go back and see if we can find, like, say for instance, some players that's available. So I already put in for Justice Hill. Okay, and I see Zay Jones is here available. Let me see if Gus. I don't think Gus is available. That's probably why I went for Hill. But let me see if Gus is available. Gus Edwards here. And we're going to do this. And we're going to look for Gus. Now, Gus is already taken by someone. So that's why I did not go for him at this moment. So let's go back to my home page so you can see where I draft or how I drafted and some of my waiver wire picks. Okay. All right. So here we go. I also put in a waiver wire for Corinne Williams. Okay. He was kind of balling too. Now you see that I picked Kareem Hunt for both of them. Now the thing is this: I'm ranked pretty high. I got a pretty good record. I drafted the best, so I'm not, and I'm probably going to win my week one matchup. So I'm not sure if they're going to give me. I'm not sure if they're going to give me Justice Hill. They're probably going to give it to somebody else who put in for the waiver wire first. So I say, look, if I don't get Justin Hill, then give me Corinne Williams for the same guy. Now, if I do get Justice Hill for Kareem Hunt, this one goes null and void. This one just doesn't count, and the system won't count this as a waiver wire pick. But I do that for insurance reasons. I do that to make sure I get at least one of these guys. Okay. If I don't get Justice Hill, then give me Corinne Hunt Williams for the same guy, and I'll drop him. Now, I also put in for Hunter Henry. All right. And that's so I can drop likely because either Andrews is probably going to be back next week or, likely just didn't likely do it for me. So I ended up just going after Hunter Henry, somebody who I know is going to be a starter. Can't believe he was available. He was on a waiver wire, so I'll put in for him. And if I don't get Corinne Williams, say for instance I do get Justice Hill, okay, for Corinne Williams, then this one becomes null and void because I can't trade him for Kareem Hunt anymore. So it'll fall to here, and if he's still available, then I said drop Rashad Penny then. Okay, so it'll go here, and then maybe skip here, and then here, and then here. Okay, so that's how I have it set, but I have this set up high as my second waiver wire because I want one of these guys right away for Kareem Hunt if they are available, because I know they're going to probably be some of the first guys to go. So that's why I did it that way. Okay, now some other guys that are really made a bit of a splash is another guy is who should be looked at on the waiver wire is Robert Woods. Okay, Robert Woods he did a pretty decent job. And look, somebody got to throw the ball to somebody in Houston, okay? And him and Nick Collins or whatever are pretty much the only options as far as throwing the ball. So I said, look, let me go ahead and get Robert Woods. Um, Now, as you can see, Zay Jones, he did good. Hunter Henry, he did good. Now, a quick way for me to try to find out who did the best for this week, I like to just hit this fan points thing here, and it just tells me Shroud did the best of everybody on the waiver wire. Now, Kareem Hunt was the top running back. Now, say for instance, you want to get the quarterbacks out of there because it says all defense. Let's just do this. Let's just do running backs, wide receivers. Let's do running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. That's all I want to see. Okay. And I'm gonna hit this. Show my team. Show how my team did. Okay. And then I hit that filter. So what'll happen is it'll only show me the wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. And it'll also show how my team did. So now let's go back and uh, that guy did the worst. So let's go back now. Corinne Williams, he did very good. Now and now this is my team, Mike Evans. That's why it's a red line right there. Okay, Darnell Mooney. So they were up among the top guys, but the guy who now look, Corinne Williams is not going to be. He's not going to have this performance every week. I know that, and I get that. You got Kendrick Bourne in New England. He did his thing too. Justice Hill, who I put in the waiver for. Okay. You can't always go after new guys after just week one. It gotta make sense. It really gotta make sense to you. Now the reason why I put in for Justice Hill and is because Dobbins is hurt. So he's practically guaranteed to get more playing time. He already got a lot of playing time. Well, you can kind of see what kind of playing time he's going to get with Dobbins being hurt. That's why it makes sense to go after him. Now, why did I go after Hunter Henry? Well, he's a starter. Okay. I always try to go after guys who are starters. I don't like to go after guys who are not starters or who are second and third round. Now for all intents and purposes, Justice Hill is probably going to be the number 2 back, but he's a change of pace back, and he's probably going to get some goal line opportunities because they've been trusting him with the ball at the goal line a lot. He had 2 touchdowns. Let me see. Yeah, so it shows you right here. He has where it says touchdowns. He had 2 of them. So did Corinne Williams. They both had 2 touchdowns. Now don't let that fool you. They both are number 2 guys behind Akers and Gus Edwards. But if I could get either one of them, now some might say, well, why didn't you just get Corinne Williams first over Justice Hill? Well, I could have done that, and that wouldn't have been a bad idea, but I know that I'm still skeptical a little bit of Corinne Williams because I had him before in previous seasons, and I don't know. I know he's been hurt a lot, even though he's his first couple of years he's just been hurt a lot. So I don't know if I trust it. So I just kind of trust Justice Hill a little more. So I went after him first, and then if I get Corinne Williams, I'll get him. He's probably going to be gone first, but it is what it is. And so another guy to look after is Robert Woods. Another guy that is available in a lot of leagues is, uh, let's see, this guy name is Shaheed, Rashid Shaheed. Okay. But he's already taken. He had 27 points. He was available in some other leagues that I had. So that's another guy that you should look at. If he's available, go get Shaheed. Now, this was a guy who was available, which was kind of surprising to me, was Zay Flowers. He's not available in this league either. He was in one of my other leagues. Okay. Um, but if he is available, don't ask questions, just go get him. Okay. Here's another guy who was available in some leagues, Romeo Dobbs. He's not available in this league. Okay. So if he's available, go and get him. I know this guy is not available, and I already seen him, so he's not available. This defense did reasonably good. They got 9 points, 2 sacks. What else? They only got 11 points against them. So they did pretty good. If you have like a Miami, if you have one of them bottom tier defenses, you might consider Cleveland. And I think that those are some of the players that you can look at and try to find for this week in fantasy football. Let me show you how they all did. Let's just show all players and how they did, or all available players in this. Oh, this is all the players. Okay. So who had the best week this week? Well, let's see fan points. And Tua. Okay, guess who owns Tua? Now it's funny because in my draft, when I got my report card, they said Tua was my worst pick. They said Tua was my absolute worst pick because I got him maybe relatively early, and they could not understand why I picked Tua so early. How you like me now? For real. That's yeah. See, who's at the top? BMR is at the top. BMR is always going to be at the top. That's why I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like, share, and subscribe on this. Okay. I called out some of the players who might be available. If Algier, I believe his name is, if he's available, go look at him. Um, yeah, Tyler Algier. He's taken two in this league. He's another player to go look and find and get. There were some pretty good players this week, but those are some of the top waiver wire picks as far as I'm concerned. Let me go back to that, and it was BMR. Okay, that was at the top. Now, Mac Jones, I would never believe Mac Jones will have more points than Herbert and all that. But again, you cannot get pressed about week one. And so I'm not even excited that my player got the number one points. I can't even get excited because I know that it's not going to be like that every week. I'm experienced enough to know that maybe that was a fluke. Now my other guy is Patrick Mahomes, so I'm hoping between the two of those guys, I'm gonna retire a lot of teams. Okay, they should be putting up some pretty good numbers for me. The first guy who's not a QB to have those points, I guess you could say, is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had 33 points. He is the first person who is not a QB to get 33 points, and that's due to Tua, of course. So, Jared, he had more points than Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts. Well, that gotta hurt for that to happen. So, all that being said, check back with me every week. Okay, I'm going to give you some key players to look at in the waiver wire. I'm gonna show you how some of my teams doing every now and then. And we can talk fantasy, we can talk football all day. That's my joint. So, and we will be ranking some of these teams as the season gets started. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe again, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.